State police are hunting for an intruder who made his way into a home in Wayne County and ended up stabbing an 83-year-old woman. Newswatch 16's Clay Lepard is live outside State Police Barracks in Dunmore with the latest. Clay?
Charla, imagine having a man knock at your door asking to use your phone and then stab you repeatedly. This scene that could be out of a horror movie is a real-life nightmare for people in Wayne County. Now, state police are trying to figure out why exactly this happened and who did this. State police were back at the scene of this home on Carlton Road near Newfoundland, collecting evidence and interviewing more neighbors. According to troopers, the woman who lives here answered her door yesterday after a tall, thin African-American asked to use her phone. That's when he stabbed her repeatedly. The woman, whose name has not been released at this time, is still in the hospital. Neighbors we spoke with say this otherwise quiet neighborhood in Wayne County is still in shock. Not only did this happen in their backyard, neighbors still don't know why it happened. State police don't have a motive behind the man responsible for all this.
2 locks on the windows. Let me pull the shade up.
Virginia Perry and her husband Tom live just down the road. They keep multiple locks on their doors and windows.
And then there's a curtain rod and a slider.
But plan to be on extra high alert until whoever responsible for all this is caught.
We'll all be very vigilant. I think we're very vigilant here anyway. The days are over where you don't lock the doors and you don't lock your car.
State police here are asking anyone with any information to call, and for those people living in that part of Wayne County, troopers are asking for people to be extra cautious if someone comes to your door asking for help or to use your phone.
Okay, Clay, don't act so surprised. This happens a lot. You wanted to know who's doing it and why. Turns out a lot of other people have asked that question as well, including the people at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville. The folks at the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology did a study on it called The Elderly Victim of Rape. Here are a few excerpts from the abstract. A common misconception about sexual assault is that the rapist is motivated by a sexual desire stimulated by a victim, seductive in her behavior or dress. A retrospective analysis of 740 reported sexual assaults revealed 21 cases involving a victim between the ages of 60 and 90 years of age. The elderly victim was more often white and the assailant more often black than when younger victims are involved. This study concludes that these rapists are motivated by anger, possibly racially related, and the need to express power rather than by sexual desire. Anyone who has watched this channel for any period of time knows that we see a lot of this. We see black sexual assault on old white women. Not just sexual assault, but just good old assault, as we just saw in this case. So I see these videos a lot, but tonight when I saw this one, I don't know, just something kind of snapped in me. So I'm going to issue a challenge now. I know there's a lot of people to watch this channel who worry about what's going to happen if you post one of these videos on your Facebook page or your Twitter. Or if you read Don't Make the Black Kids Angry and give it to a friend and ask them to read it. You're worried about what people will say about you, will think about you. Well, this video we saw tonight is just a reminder of what the stakes are. Listen, I know that over 100,000 people have read my books. I know that my video YouTube channel gets 600, even the new one now. This month, we're at 600,000 views of the videos. That's a lot of people. And when you throw in Facebook and Twitter and my email, there's a lot of people we're touching with these stories. I just know that somebody watching this video right now, or somebody who's watched one of my videos in the last month, is somehow connected to that old lady who was stabbed by the black guy who knocked on her door and said he wanted to use a cell phone. I don't know how many degrees of separation there are. Whether it's your cousin lives next to her, or your cousin lives next to somebody whose cousin that is, or you know somebody at work and they know somebody and that somebody is the granddaughter of that woman. I know we're connected to that woman somehow. I know we could have saved her. But somebody didn't do their part. Somebody didn't post it. Somebody didn't send it in an email to their friends. That's what the stakes are. I'm not letting you off easy now. Because once you know the truth, that makes you a witness. That gives you a special moral responsibility. And if you stay silent in the face of this information, that makes you culpable too. So when you're watching this, you're trying to decide what to do with this video, with this crazy guy who's yelling at you right now, saying you're not doing enough. You can do what you have been doing. Just put it aside. Go on to your life. You can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of reality. You can save somebody's life by sharing this information. I think I get a lot of email every day that says that's exactly what we're doing. So that's the challenge for you. There's a lot of people out there in a lot more danger than they imagine. They're in a lot more danger, and they're in a lot worse danger. It's not just a quality of danger. It's not just a quantity of danger. It's a quality of danger. It's hard for us to get our minds around the fact that old women, old enough to be our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, are at risk of sexual assault. I know that sounds sick, but that's what we're talking about. That's what we're seeing. You want to explain it? I don't have any explanation for it, other than it's insane. But I'm counting on sane people to stop ignoring this stuff and start spreading it around. This is Colin Flaherty, the author of Don't Make the Black Kids Angry, where we document this stuff with links and videos and victims and witnesses and 911 calls and police reports until any doubt is removed about the enormous amount of racial hostility and violence, racial violence and denial that exists in this country. And now the only question left is how much courage is left in this country to confront this. No, don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about your neighborhood, what your neighbor's doing. Don't worry about what somebody in Washington, D.C. or the sheriff is doing. Worry about your own personal response to this video, to this epidemic, to this tsunami of racial violence and hostility. Colin Flaherty. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think.